Wendy Williams stunning her audience, coming clean about her battles with drugs. We'll have details and reaction. Good Day LA at 7 o'clock begins right now.
For some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
Well, Dr. Howard Samuels joins us this morning. He's an addiction specialist at the Hills Treatment Center in the Hollywood Hills, and he's worked with a lot of celebrities dealing with this very issue. And thank you for joining us this morning. Really,
you're welcome.
Appreciate it, Dr. Samuels. So you saw that admission. It was very emotional. What was your reaction?
I was really impressed. I mean, you know, she has such a platform to be able to go out there and help others and to talk about her truth and what she's going through, because millions of Americans are going through the exact same thing. And the problem is that so many people personally have shame and remorse about their addiction and their alcoholism that it's really important to share it on a huge level like that, because that's what Wendy can do to help others through explaining her own personal struggles, which is great.
Using that platform, because if you think of someone battling addiction, maybe you have a different image. Now that there's reports out that pills and alcohol may be involved, is this in any way related?
Oh, it's all related. I mean, it doesn't make any difference whether it's cocaine or pills or alcohol. It's all the same thing. You know, it's you have to medicate yourself. I'm a recovering addict 34 years. I used to shoot heroin. Okay? I used to use pills. I used to use cocaine. I used to use everything. So I totally relate to what Wendy has gone through. And that's why it's so important for us to get out there and talk about this on a public platform.
Okay, so now so she says she's in a sober house, and I think we all may have some concept in our heads about what that is, but what's the difference between a sober house and rehab?
Well,
apparently there are levels.
There are. The first 30 days when someone goes into treatment should be a residential treatment program where you detox emotionally and physically. Then after 30 days, you have to go and you actually have to go do what you were taught in those 30 days, which is go to 12-step meetings, learn how to live sober, how to communicate your feelings on a daily basis, all the things that you have to do to change your life, because it's not easy. Okay? You don't get fixed in 30 days. I mean, I spent 6 months in a sober living house in order to live recovery one day at a time. And that's what Wendy's doing. And I gotta say, I am so proud of her to be doing this work. It's amazing.
So it could take 6 months or perhaps even longer.
Yes.
And she's surrounded by other people going through the same thing.
Yes.
So it's that support system.
Yes.
Really fascinating. Thank you for sharing your personal story.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
I do have one other question I want to ask. Okay, not everyone has Wendy Williams resources.
Right, exactly.
I mean, she's a millionaire.
Right.
What about someone who is struggling, who doesn't have that kind of money?
Well, there are a lot of treatment programs that, you know, are county funded, that are federally funded, that can do the same thing. You know, just because you have nice sheets or that the house is pretty doesn't take away from learning about recovery. There are a lot of places out there where you can really get help, and even going to 12-step meetings. I mean, a lot of people just go to 12-step meetings and change their life.
And they would have the resources if you need even more help.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Or, you know, call the Hills Treatment Center. I mean, I'll give all the resources possible to help people.
And going back to Wendy and also connecting you to all of this, she talks about how she struggled with this for so long but never really got the help.
Yes.
Can you talk about just how important it is to early on try to get the help so that you don't relapse or it doesn't get worse?
Well, you know, I went into treatment the first time at 20 years old. I didn't get it, okay, because I was too young. And the only thing that creates change is intense personal pain. And you don't know when that pain's going to happen. It could happen at 20, it could happen at 40, it could happen at 50, okay? And see, that's where it's sort of a spiritual solution. You know,
there has to be self-awareness.
Yes, and you don't know when you're going to hit your bottom. I mean, it really seems to me that Wendy has hit her bottom. But she had to go through what she had to go through to get there, you know? And thank God that she's there, because a lot of people don't make it. Unfortunately, I know a lot of dead people. And it's really sad to see them try, and then all of a sudden, especially with the heroin epidemic, they shoot heroin and they die.
Wow.
All right, Dr. Samuels, thank you so
Powerful
much.
stuff.
Very
Thank
important
you so
information.
much. Very nice to meet you.
Really appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.